Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I hope everybody is doing well. Last night, I did find a bit of time to start my EPOCH of Gauntlet Villains challenge. I am part at Ares, that currently is actually at full health, so I'll start my 9.4 stream a bit early. But despite that, I'm gonna kind of give you guys my run breakdown and who I largely plan on using for Ares. Now, I'm gonna preface this with yesterday I was in extremely bad mood, tired, knackered, not slept well, and played extremely poorly. Basically, Hulkling was a solo with Count Nefaria. Absman, I ended up dying when he was on like 1%. Here, I wanted to kind of mention few tricks for this fight. It's actually very easy and kind of safe, and Count Nefaria obviously can regen a ton because Hulkling has regen. And the coolest thing in the Hulkling fight is that you can parry the final hit of Hulkling's level 1 quite easily. So that helps you put on the vulnerabilities on Hulkling, which is nice. And the second thing is you can get in extra knockdowns from Hulkling's level 2 with your heavy attack. You can punish it quite straightforward. And final bit is obviously you can get openings with Count Nefarious Evade, so he's kind of good, very good for this fight. It wasn't too long either. Here, I didn't use a revive per se, but I did die. Died when he was at like 3% or something like that. I messed up. But it's a fairly straightforward, however somewhat lengthy of a fight. You basically neutralize his regen. And, you know, in that case, it's just like your job to be dealing damage to him in regular manner. Juggernaut here as well. I died, but 0 revives because I played very poorly and I messed up. And this is going to be a common theme here where I kind of messed up and did die where I normally wouldn't. However, Juggy took care of business here without much issue. You do get the grit passive after you punish his specials, ideally push him to level 2s. Even if you don't with that grid passive, you can knock him down and then either reparry or just go in for a heavy attack after your medium and, you know, eat a hit but knock him down. So Juggy overall does quite well in this fight. So here for this onslaught, I ended up using Serpent. It wasn't the nicest fight, I'm gonna admit. Again, I died and then I finished with an onslaught of my own. But again, that's going to be a common theme here. I used Serpent, actually. So no, Jessica Jones. I think I actually solo this. So that's going to be 0 revives. And yeah, it's fairly straightforward. With Onslaught, you know, just drop your degens. Remember that after you use your special attack, she will be unblockable. So it's going to be kind of harder to pause. So here the big trick is use Relic for that. Use the Relic's opening and you'll be fine. And then just keep the degens on and, you know, throw your level 1s and you're kind of fine. Nothing too crazy about this fight. Jabari was 0 revive fight. A nice willpower healing escapade for Serpent. Serpent does have true focus, so you bypass miss. Just finish your combos with lights in order to get that cleanse away from you. And you're kind of good. Right. Moving further, this was 0 revive escapade. Juggy does a great job here, nothing crazy. You just start the fight with parry and a bunch of lights, and then, you know, once you get to 10 unstoppables, this is like a basic vanilla fight. This was a very, very quick solo for Onslaught because of the power shield here. You just do a ton of damage with Onslaught. It was like level 2 and a couple of level 1s or something of the sort. But yeah, it was very quick and easy. Here, I actually used Onslaught and I messed up. And then I finished off with Count Nefaria. So again, 0 died, 0 revives. But at some point, I used a team revive. I wanted to say, when I have died, I think at this point I had already used a team revive. So I think that's where I did this, because I used an onslaught before. That's fine. 0 use team revive. Team revive. Somewhere, because I did use like 2 team revives because I was playing fairly scantily and I figured it would be better. Here, I mistakenly went in with Serpent, but did the fight with Onslaught. So that is in reality a 0 revive fight with Onslaught. Onslaught does bypass miss, and you're fine, basically. Just manage your power, and you know, because you can parry and heavy her and bypass the miss there, it does make the fight easier. You're fine. Juggernaut, that was a solo, 0 revives. Aegon was 2 revives with Juggernaut. It's a messy fight. It is a well-designed fight, I'll admit to it, 100%. You won't get in your intercepts. He's going to go debuff immune after his special attacks, and you do want to be knocking him down. But overall, it is kind of a messy fight. So 2 revives, I kind of just blitzed through it. Right. Then, here, I did use 1 revive. I messed up. But it's a straightforward fight. Once you activate your level 1, you know, you bypass miss and evade, and you're perfectly fine. Yeah, I should not have used the revive. I just played very sloppily. Onslaught was a 0 revive. There's a very quick solo. There's absolutely no problem with this fight. This was a 0 revive fight here as well, because, you know, you can't inflict debuffs, but you can inflict passives. So it wasn't too bad at all. Toad against Juggy, I actually used 0 revives, we soloed that, because Juggy is reverse control immune, so you always want to be baiting out the level 1, never push him to level 2, because that will inflict a passive slow on you and kind of mess you up. But overall, very nice and easy nuke with Juggy. Heimdall was a very quick and easy fight with Juggernaut, because you can punish his heavy attack however you want, because of your own unstoppables, you're just going to eat a hit and then knock him down at like your level 2s, and your golden Serpent was very quick and easy, 0 revives. I think I used the team revive somewhere before that as well, but I didn't count for it. So again, this run was messier than my hero run, but overall was very nice. This was a super fun fight with Spider-Ham against Serpent, because again, if you activate your level 1, he can't evade, and then you just get 3 bars of power, get as many power things on you as you can, wait until that number at top shows 3, and then drop your level 3, and he's going to be almost dead immediately. Serpent against Viv Vision worked out great because of his passive power gain, and her having armor, so you do a ton of damage there, not much issue. The Serpent against Annihilus works nice too, just don't dash back, parry everything, and then immediately dash in after a special attack. You will not be able to do the damage always, because when your power gain buff is on the cooldown, you will only have 2 buffs. But Serpent ramps up, and that fight's kind of like generically easy enough, and you get a ton of willpower healing, so it's kind of safe and nice. Here I used 2 revives. Moleman's actually kind of annoying here with Onslaught, because you can't safely punish his heavy with your heavy because of his tiny heavy attack reach. I think I actually used 3 revives here. That was very frustrating, annoying fight, and I stopped healing that full. But yeah, with Onslaught, it was kind of messy. It was kind of messy with Moleman here. I like the fight much better with Jean. So if I'd bring in a different team, I wouldn't bring in Lumitrix, because I barely used him for anything, just like as a throwaway champion before I used the team revive. And yeah, no, he's kind of a wee bit annoying. Here I used Onslaught / Juggernaut, because I went in with Onslaught, I died, but then I finished the fight with Juggernaut. So I'm gonna have 0 died, but 0 revives. Finished with Jugs. Jugs does this fight perfectly fine too. Just push her level 2, you know, block bait, heavy attack, and go in and smack some more. And with Unstoppable, you get easier time dexing that level 2, because even if you mess up, you know, you can still dex the rest of it. So with Jugs, it actually was very nice. Onslaught's kind of nice because you bypass miss if it happens, but Jugs definitely did a great job here as well. So it just makes the fight easier. Tigra, I started the fight with Lumitrix, but I finished out with Count Nefaria, and Count Nefaria was actually kind of better for it. So there you go. That was my run. So it was definitely quite a bit messier. Again, I played, you know, slightly sleep deprived and in a very grumpy mood, but we got it done nonetheless. I wasn't too fast using a few revives, because this is the last challenge and I still have like a massive overflow. And now I'm gonna have to do with Ares. And in general, Jugs and Serpent both do very well against Ares, and that is who I am planning to use as well. So that was my run, and the last challenge is here. So I hope this is useful for you, and if it is, hit the like button, hit the sub button, hit all the good buttons, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Bye bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the